When I talk to patients about this, what I will say to them is that anxiety is a really valuable and important emotion in your life, right? It's a kind of an energy. If we didn't have anxiety about future consequences, we wouldn't get anything done. And I think that kind of reframe is really essential. So it's not just that, we shouldn't eliminate all your anxiety, and we also can't. But like anxiety is good, right? It kind of fuels your anticipating the future and preparing well for it, and it's involved in all kinds of good outcomes. So, what we need to do is do a lot more educating psychiatrists and other mental health care providers to help their patients kind of reframe things like, anxiety as a type of energy that allows us to get things done. Likewise, with attention deficit disorder. So, I think even pathologizing a child who, by our assessment, is distractible is really negating the value of dreaming. Because a child who is distractible, who is internally preoccupied, is a child who's dreaming. And, where would we be without dreams, right? Those are curious, lovely, creative endeavors. And do we really want to, squelch a child who's a dreamer? I think that's just a tragedy. That our school system can't accommodate a lot of those children, and, that's a problem, but not one that we need to put on the kid and medicate. So it's all of these types of things. Really, at the end of the day, what I'm advocating most for is that we stop seeing the problem as a chemistry problem in an individual's brain and recognize that these are environmental problems, that these are systemic, cultural, and socioeconomic problems, that basically we don't need to change the kid, or the person, right? We need to change the environment to try to mitigate whatever these problems are. But psychiatry has become so incredibly reductionistic and so focused on brain chemistry, so focused on prescribing a pill, that we've forgot really centuries of wisdom around how much, the environment affects behavior, what other people are doing. We're such tribal creatures. We're so, influenced by what people around us do. We're influenced by the physical environment, the rooms and the buildings and the parks. We're influenced by the habits that we create over, in incremental ways over many years. And, in the short term, stimulants work great. Like parents are happier and teachers are happier because the kid stops fidgeting and he's kind of paying attention and looking just like the other kids. But the data show that in the long term, kids with ADHD on stimulants do no better in terms of school performance than kids with ADHD not on stimulants. So there's really no evidence for long-term efficacy. Plus, we have no idea what we're squelching, right? What we're not fostering. I think it's terrible that there's no room for this diversity, and there's no room for a kid who's different.